Today's lesson is the Unit 2 test review. One of the questions on your test is going to ask you to solve the following system. It will be set up for you to graph. It's your choice if you want to graph, but remember, if you do want to graph, you're simply going to go in, you're going to hit delete so that you can change it to a relation, which is number 6. And then once you have both of them graphed, you're going to go ahead and press the menu button. You're going to go down to number 6, which is Analyze Graph, and then you're going to press from that menu number 4, which is the intersection. Remember, your lower bound has to be to the left of the intersection point, and your upper bound needs to be to the right of the intersection point. So I've gone ahead and done that for equation 1 and equation 2 in my graphing calculator. I'm sorry I can't show you here on the review, so I do hope that you did come to class to see that review once again. But the solution came out to 2, -2. If the graph shows up, I am looking for you to graph it. So please plot 3 points for me. You're going to plot that point right there at 2, -2, which is the solution. And then from the first line, which I've put up in blue, I'm going to get its y-intercept off to my calculator, which is at +2. I'm going to just go ahead now and connect those two together. There's my first line. Then from equation 2, I need its y-intercept, which right from my calculator is at -1. And then I'm just going to connect that point to the intersection. There we go, that looks good. And that's it. There's the graphing one. The rest of the test is going to be set up for you to choose how you want to solve it. If you want to use either of the matricy ways that I've showed you, so here's all the steps if you would like to do the matrix. This is the one where you would make your matrix and it would look like this. And then it would have X, Y, and Z's answer right there. Or in this case, because this system is only a 2 by 2, it would look like this, and it would have X and Y's answer right here. That's the work that you're going to show me to let me know that you choose this. This is for when there's 3. This is for when there's 2. So for this problem here, I would choose 2 rows, 3 columns. Or I could choose to use this method right here. This is the one where I need to change the number of equations if needed, and I just enter them as they are written. That's the one I've chosen to use. So you're going to see my work look like this with the squiggles, X, comma, Y, comma, Z if needed. So this one would say X, comma, Y, squiggle it up. Okay. All right, so solve the following system. I've gone ahead and I've already put this into my calculator, and my calculator has given me the answer, 7, -1. And that's what I would put on the blank is X equals 7, Y equals -1. If I chose to use the matrix, which is this one right here, my matrix would actually look like this. And that's what I would put for my work. So it just depends on which one I do. This way I know that you've used your calculator. All right, and so then here's another one. If I choose to use this method up here, this one would be a 3 rows, 4 columns, or I can use this method right here for either one. For the method that's right here, this is the answer that I got from my calculator. And I like this method because it already has the form for me and it's already telling me X comma Y comma Z. But if it were the matrix that I chose to use, that I chose to use, it would look like that. And so it just depends. Either this is your work because you chose this method, or this is your work because you chose that for the whole test. So please make sure whichever method you are using, you enter it into your you write down what your calculator tells you. The last few questions on the test are going to ask you to graph the following inequality. You must graph them. There's no answers like there was in the assignment, which ones are solutions. You simply have to graph and shade just like your calculator does. So I've gone ahead and I've put this in as equation 1, and I've put that in as equation 2 into my calculator. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab what appears to be their intersection point. And for this one, it appears to be -2, or yes, -2, 1, 2, 3 is what it looks like. That's where they're intersecting. And the y-intercept for this one is at -3. It is a solid line in my calculator, so I'm going to go ahead and make it a solid line here. Remember, you have to have it as the correct solid or dashed line, and it does go based off of this. There's a bar underneath, so I'm going to make it solid. My calculator has shaded this side, so I'm going to shade that in with my color. And once again, it's done that because it is greater than. But my calculator has done all that for you. I really hope you came to class today so that I could show you how to put that into the calculator. The second one, I'm once again going to use that intersection point at -2, 3, and then I'm going to use the y-intercept, which appears to be at 2. It does appear to be solid once again, which is true because it has the line right there. So I'm going to go ahead and connect them together. I'm going to do the best I can, maybe try to extend this out a little bit. There we go. And it appears to be shaded below, right like so. And that's it. Please make sure you choose 2 different colors, or that I can see your pencil getting darker in this area only. And it should be below because it is less than. But I took that right off of my calculator. I do have one last one. This one was optional in class today, simply because it's already set up for us to graph. But I wanted to go ahead and just quickly do it on the review. There's my equation 1. It's going to be solid because it has the or equal to, and it's going to go ahead and shade below. It has a y-intercept at +4. And I can very easily see from this one that my slope is -2. I can also see off my graph that it's going to hit the x-axis at +2, and it looks like, well, no, they're intersecting at it looks like at a half. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave it like that. This one is the solid line. There we go. Trying to read it off my calculator as well. And just like my calculator, it is shaded down below, which is this area right here. There we go. And then equation 2, it is going to be a dash line because there is no bar underneath. Notice right here, we're missing the bar. It intersects at the y-axis at -3. And its slope is 1, so it's simply going to do something like this all the way up. So that could be my dotted line right there, and then it's going to go like this down as well because the slope is 1. So there's my dashed dotted line, however you would like to put it. It is greater than, so just as it appears in my calculator, which I know you cannot see, but we did look at it in class, it's shaded above. And that's all you're going to have to do is just shade the proper spot. And what I'm looking for to grade is that this is the piece that, oops, there we go. This is the piece that is shaded the darkest. All right, you guys, good luck.